everybody, and welcome back to the stream. I'm LB Hackma, but we are back with our Masks game, Heroes in Training. I am joined by my lovely friends and players this evening, and we're going to get into a wonderful date night, as well as some shenanigans, I'm guessing, with this group, of course. But before we do, let's have everyone go around and say who you're playing tonight. Starting with Savvy.
That's me. Hi, I'm Savvy. I'm at Savvy Seaworth on the internets. You can find me on Twitter. I tweet when I go live. I'm here. I'm on game nights. You, you guys all know where to find me at this point. And tonight I am playing Sophia Minea, a hero named Nemia, who is the bull.
Yay! Next up, Rachel.
Oh, hey, that's me. You can find me here on Twitch at Rachel Elizabeth, where eventually I get back to streaming, and I'm here on Sundays with all my wonderful friends. And tonight I'll be playing Jupiter Jennings, Jupiter the Outsider.
Thank you very much. And of course, next up is Tanya.
Oh, hey, I'm Tanya at Tanya Rolling Everywhere or the Abominable Pugs on Instagram. And I see Mecca's on. Hi, Mecca. But tonight I am Nancy playing the Devereaux.
And last but not least, of course, we have Alex.
Hello, I'm Alex. I'm cute some guy on the internet, mostly over on GGK, Tuesdays, Thursdays, sometimes Saturdays, and now Sundays. And here I am playing Billy Burns, hero named Rune, and the Nova playbook.
And I muted myself. I'm LB Hackmuff. I'm going to be your game mistress, your GM, your keeper of the tale, the weaver of the chaos, the awkward observer. And we're going to get into things. But before we do, we have a recap. And I didn't ask Rachel if she did one. I just assumed because she has. And if she hasn't, she
Make
has.
one up. No, just kidding.
All right,
just
good.
make it up. I should have
Take it
told
away.
you that I'd make it up off the top of my head and then have it
Yeah, right.
be normal, and you'd be like, "Oh, there's no way." Dear Diary. Okay, so Nancy and I were going to dinner, and this random kid came up to us and asked for help. Okay, so he's not random, I guess. Like, he's in our class, but as he was walking onto us, I could not for the life of me remember his name. Danny. It was Danny. Anyway, he said he needed help with something, and since he hadn't been assigned a team yet, because he'd been gone for a while, but he knew that we'd been pretty intricately involved in some of the crazy things that had happened recently on campus and around, he figured we'd be the ones to talk to, naturally. So Danny said there was some evil villain who was hurting people and giving them powers that would ultimately destroy them or something, because of course some guy was, and that made me think of whatever happened to Sophia that gave her powers, and yeah, okay, a total brain spiral. Anyway, we were kind of suspicious of Danny because honestly, we're just suspicious of everybody at this point, so we messaged Sophia and Billy to see if they'd come meet us, and we ruined their date, so our bad. Okay, so then they came to meet us, and Danny said that he'd been using machines and tech stuff to find the bad guy, and that he was in Galleysburg. He basically was going with or without us, and obviously we couldn't let him go alone. Plus, we got to literally commandeer a bean, which I'm pretty sure kind of makes us pirates. Billy and Sophia were a little concerned about getting arrested for Grand Theft Auto, which I thought was just a video game, but apparently that's a thing you can get thrown in prison for. That seemed like a problem for another time to me. We went down to the garage, and Billy magically distracted the guards, so nobody, including Mr. and Mister, saw us. Danny used his techie skills to make a bean fly, and then took us to the lair of the bad guy in Galleysburg, to some shady abandoned school. Nice place. Danny didn't know if the villain, Firewall, had henchmen or not, so Sophia did a perimeter check on the ground, and I changed into a crow and covered aerial surveillance. She noticed some runes on the walls and took a picture to send them to Billy. He said that they were alarm runes, and when we all met back up, he did a dampening spell and magically made them not alarm. I honestly have almost zero comprehension of the intricacies of what Billy does, but look, no alarms went off, and Sophia broke the lock, and we busted into the creepy abandoned school. Not knowing exactly where to begin, Danny used his techie powers to check out the security cameras, and there was this lab set up downstairs with individual rooms, but he didn't see any occupants yet. And Danny said it seemed like they were setting up shop. A plan would have been smart. Like, not what we did. I mean, like a well thought out, articulate plan with real alert words, etc. Why do we never make a real plan? Instead, Sophia just marched down there because it's kind of public knowledge that she didn't like snap into her powers until much later. So he probably knew who she was, considering his work. She was going to just go down there, and I didn't want her to go alone. And I made myself a spider and scuttled. Yes, scuttled. What else am I supposed to call creeping along the ceiling as a spider? So I scuttled along the crusty drop ceiling to position myself behind this hulk of a man who apparently used to be a hero before he was a villain. So the plan was for us to go down there, and meanwhile, the other three were going to set a trap of some kind. Nope. Sophia just walked into this creepy basement lab and walked up to Firewall, and he was sitting at his desk, and she was like, "Hey, Firewall." We're so good at plans. He knew who she was and he asked if her powers were progressing well and asked if she had any side effects. Apparently, the guy who gave Sophia her powers used this guy's research. He touched her and did some weird thing to check on her powers and said that they had progressed past what was expected, but that they weren't killing her at any significant rate, but they were killing her. Firewall admitted that not all of his subjects were entirely willing, and Sophia told him he needed to stop. He said he wouldn't, so she punched him. And apparently that was the signal. Later, she told me that when she hit him, it said felt like her strength faded slightly, which made sense because as I dropped down from the ceiling behind him and made myself like 7.5 feet tall and tapped him on his shoulder and said, "Hey," he turned and grabbed me by the throat. And then it felt like he was draining my shape-shifting abilities straight out of my body. And I turned back into me, like not more like the human, not the human shape-shifted me, like the alien me. And it was kind of scary. Anyway, at this point, our friends busted through the door and Billy started punching Firewall with magic, and the big bad dropped me. And when he dropped me, I felt like I could shapeshift again. So, like, that was a load off. Also, Firewall saw Danny and literally said, "Danny," to which Danny replied, "Hey, old man." We'll get to the conclusion of that suspicious ass interaction in a minute. Sophia grabbed Firewall by the head and held it in place while Danny was magically punching him in the face. This appeared to make him very angry. Nancy constructed these giant rubber straps out of thin air to bind him like one of his patients strapped to a table. Sucks to suck, you jerk. I backflipped and kicked him in the chest while Danny's magic hands that were punching him in the face grabbed his legs and sent him to the floor. Sophia pile drove? Whatever. She slammed her elbow to his face when he landed. Firewall cast some crazy spell that passed through the room. Billy couldn't speak. Sophia's arms were strapped to the side of her body. Nancy went blind. My legs were stuck to the ground, and Danny's connection to technology was severed. Nancy tried to weed her way into his mind to convince him that we were members of his fan club, but she couldn't see him. So when she was reaching out, she ended up being in my brain instead. Sorry, Nance. Billy decided to run past everybody, body slam himself into Firewall while he was still on the ground, and I swear I heard the floor crack underneath him. Nice, Billy. Danny walked over to him and told Firewall that he was irredeemable and put his boot on his throat. At that point, I think we were all like, wait, is this about to turn into a murder? Because it kind of seems like it was about to turn into a murder. While that was happening, I was trying to move my legs, but my feet seemed effectively glued to the basement floor. The whole time cursing the fact that nobody ever lets me carry weapons, and I was looking around for somebody to throw. And my palms started to tingle. When I looked down, these shimmery but solid throwing knives were there. Neptune is going to be so excited that I manifested that power too, like she did. So I threw those at Firewall, and they all hit, and then Sophia followed that up by knocking him out. With him out, we regained our respective senses and movement. We asked Danny when he was going to tell us that was his dad, and he said he didn't think it was important, and we strongly disagreed. Then Nancy encased Firewall in a magical sausage casing. So then we, high school students, had a knocked out villain, a stolen flying bean, and we were way out past curfew. I only had one idea on how to get out of this, so Danny and I used my communicator and his tech abilities to send out a cryptic message to Thalassophobia. Luckily, he likes us, and he came a few minutes later. He didn't yell at us, told us to get back to school before somebody noticed we were gone and he would take care of the sausage-cased Firewall. All in all, I think our troublemaker ways are kind of growing on him. Maybe he finds it endearing. He is probably just genuinely surprised that we're all still alive and mostly unscathed, so the shock of that lets us get away with the dumb shit that we do. We headed back to school. We could tell Danny was kind of freaking out, and now that the adrenaline started to wear off. So I had him sit down with me, grabbed his hands, and did some breathing exercises while putting out my most calming scent. It seemed to help his mind stop racing a little bit. Putting your father in prison probably sucks. Anyway, when we got back, we put away the bean, ditched our hero gear, and said goodbyes and headed to bed. So we're still waiting to hear back from the bad guys on meeting up with them. And Sophia and Billy have to go on a date that we interrupted with our rogue mission to defeat Danny's dad. Maybe Nancy and I should just sneak off to wherever they're going to watch their date just to make sure nobody else bothers them. I'll go text her and see what she thinks.
Thank you very much. Your recap is wonderful as always. I very much enjoy those for myself as well as for my players to remember, because sometimes it's gonna be a while. So yeah, we're gonna jump into things. You guys went to bed Thursday night. Friday morning you have awoken, you have your classes today, and then your date this evening. Is there anything you'd like to do throughout the day specifically? Nah. Cool.
No, I think Nancy just would be texting Jackie throughout the day.
Yeah.
And I told my grandpa about her last time, right? Okay.
Yeah. And then you put your phone on mute and you came back to a billion messages about her.
That's right. Okay.
Asking questions.
Yeah,
How
so
much
I'm
have you
kinda
filled him in on?
I am being totally honest with grandpa. And like, so throughout the day, Nancy's distracted, just texting back, but not really talking about it with everybody.
Okay. All right. And Sophia, during lunchtime, you guys are all together eating lunch, or do you guys, I assume you guys all eat lunch together, or do you split up?
Usually
Anyways.
together.
Yeah. Um, as you are, you have kind of feel a presence behind you. And you see Tony standing behind you with his tray a little awkwardly. Hey,
Hey, Tony.
are we are we still on tonight for coffee and painting?
Was that tonight?
Yeah, we said Friday, but if you can't do it, then that's okay. We can do it some other time.
Oh, I'm sorry. I feel really bad. Some stuff came up and I kind of been all over the place.
Yeah, that's okay. Rain check?
Yeah, yeah, next week for sure.
Yeah. Is everything okay?
Yeah, yeah, everything's fine now. Just some family stuff, you know how it is.
Yeah, okay. I'll text you then.
Yeah, totally.
Cool. Kind of sags his shoulders a little bit and walks away.
Nancy is and like just starts texting Jupiter, like, "Oh my god, that was so awkward. Oh my god," because I can't talk about it out loud if Alex is here. And then Nancy's like, "So I told my grandpa about Jackie," trying to change the subject and lighten everything up for everybody.
Really? What do you say?
He's all about it. I think we're cool. He just wants me to be happy.
That's great.
And then I'll just say Nancy kind of rambles on and like hopes that everything gets less uncomfortable.
Puts a buffer in there.
Sophia's just not acknowledging it.
I think after lunch, once we start like splitting up a bit, Billy would try and grab Sophia for a minute. Um, hey, sorry, I don't think I knew that you and Tony had plans for tonight.
You know, honestly, I forgot
Yeah.
with everything going on.
Yeah, and I mean, it'd probably be more awkward now if you told him that actually you could hang out tonight.
Yeah. Yeah. It's fine. We can hang out another day.
Yeah, part of me feels weird for us to, still go hang out tonight. And but anyway, are we still good for tonight?
Yeah.
Cool. Cool, yeah. Good. All right. Meet you, after classes are done, I guess. Or no, probably later.
Yeah.
Later. Okay. All right, we better get to class.
Yeah.
All right, you go to class. You guys have a good rest of your day. And yeah, I mean everything's pretty simple going forward. No one suspects that you guys did anything wrong, because why would they?
Us?
Oh,
Cause trouble? What? I
Not
don't know. I don't know of what you speak.
Why is it always you for? Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, there's nothing else for the rest of the day. Yeah, so you guys are gonna go to dinner. Jupiter and Nancy, is there something you'd like to discuss before you continue with your evening? What are you gonna do?
Well, we need to see if Sophia would like us to help her get ready for her date. So I'm gonna knock on Nancy's door and be like, "Hey."
Nancy opens the door dressed in all black. Like, hey, are we doing this? Should I not wear maybe all black? Now that I'm wearing it, I realize it seems a little suspicious.
It's a it's a little much. I thought maybe we would see if Sophia wanted help getting ready first. So maybe you should look less like a cat burglar and more like you aren't gonna stalk them tonight.
Okay. Nancy just like whips her pants off and puts on like a pair of jeans because she had a black t-shirt on anyway. So I'm like, this is okay, right?
Yeah, it's
And, like,
totally normal.
And then grabs a cardigan, like a purple cardigan to put on. Like, all right, let's go.
We'll go knock on Sophia's door.
Open.
Hey.
Hey.
So are you and
Why are you
Billy
wearing black?
I mean, just a t-shirt. I thought I'd wear a black t-shirt, but the
It goes with
purple
her new hair.
was good. Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
Mhm.
Okay.
Edgy.
Well-
So do you have your date with edgy for Nancy? Do you have are you and Billy actually going on your rescheduled date tonight?
Yes.
Do you want help getting ready?
Do
Or
I look like I need help?
Can we
getting
hang
ready?
out
well,
while
no,
you
but
get
like,
ready?
we helped Nancy and we didn't want you to feel like we weren't acknowledging your date in the same way.
It's just fun to hang out while we get ready, right?
Maybe get out any
Okay.
pre-date jitters. I mean,
Why? Okay. I don't really do jitters.
well, no. But I don't know.
Okay.
So, is this the outfit?
No, this is what I wore to class.
I figured that you were going to change, but I didn't want to be like, are you not going to change?
Yeah.
You guys know I perform for a living, right? Like, okay. Just gonna go into her closet and start picking stuff out.
Look, it would be weird if like you didn't, because you change like 4 times a day if you have an excuse to.
Yes.
Like,
This
man,
is
being
a
helpful is
fact.
hard.
So you're just gonna sit there and stare at me.
I mean, no.
Music. We need music.
Sure. So Jupiter's gonna hook up her phone to whatever.
Sometimes I really hate having friends.
We make everything more complicated, but also more fun.
Well,
You had fun getting me ready for my date. Do you want us to like I guess anything I say is insulting right now. So I'm just gonna put this in my mouth.
Well, look, I mean, like, so when Carter and I went on our like first date, it felt kind of weird because like we'd only hung out as friends, and then all of a sudden we were like, we'd hung out a million times, and it was just the two of us, which we'd done a million times, and it felt weird when it was like officially a date. So I don't know, I just wanted to make sure that I'm gonna have to toss this cat again. I just wanted to make sure that that everything was okay and that you were feeling okay about it.
yeah, totally fine.
Okay.
Lunch wasn't weird at all.
Have you talked to Tony?
No, I should text him. I feel really
I'm-
bad.
Wait until after your date. You don't want like him blowing up your phone while you're out with Billy.
Well, I mean, he wouldn't do that.
I mean, just I don't know. Like if his name pops up, like if he texts you back, like while you're out to dinner, like that might seem weird to Billy. I don't know.
Because I'm in control of when other people send me text messages.
No, but I don't know. I don't
I-
know anything about what Billy thinks of things, and I know you guys are in this weird situation, but like
You don't know anything about what Billy thinks about things.
Well, like about how
You.
he feels about somebody else
You
texting the
don't know
girl he's on the.
anything
I
about how
understand.
Billy feels.
I'm trying. I
Peter
quit.
Jennings.
Sophia, we don't have to make this difficult. We're just
Yes, I do.
I know you do, but maybe just go with the flow for this one time.
No,
Oh, we're just
I'm
trying
not
to be
gonna do that.
supportive.
I know. I appreciate it.
Okay.
There it is. I'm happy now.
Okay.
All right. Well, we
Yes.
can go.
Yeah, I'm gonna
if you'd like
go.
to get, we just wanted to make sure that you were feeling good for your date in case you wanted a couple hype women in your corner. You look super hot because you always look super hot.
Pew, pew, pew.
Bow, 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 bow.
No, you can stay. It's fine.
Okay.
Okay. Pew, 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 pew. Nancy just blurts that out
Every
every
now
once
and
in a while.
then, every time she like puts on a shoe,
Sophia does think that's very funny.
puts on a sock.
Yes, you guys have a good time getting ready. Billy, you are alone in your room. What are you doing? Just
There's a lot of pacing back and forth, trying to make sure there's, he has like 2 button-ups probably that aren't like too fancy, like business shirts. And it's like, okay, which one's gonna go better? Lots of reapplying deodorant just in case. And it's not Axe or anything. He's not that trashy, but just working himself up, overthinking things as he does, getting too nervous. Eventually sees that like, oh shit, it's almost time, and just like goes with the button down that he had in his hands, hastily gets that up, make sure it's all all buttoned correctly, and then will, as casually as he can, fast walk out to like outside of the dorm where they said they were gonna meet.
I think as you go to open your door, you hear a knock right as you turn the handle, and you throw the door open, and Danny is standing on the other side, kind of like, oh shit, sorry, I just wanted to say thank you again. You look nice.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I'm actually on my way out to meet someone, but yeah, you're welcome. I'm how
A date.
are you?
No, I'm good.
I mean, yeah, it's but that's good. But you're good.
Good as I can be, to my dad in prison.
Yeah. But I mean, he is the villain, which I don't know. Maybe it's. I don't know. I guess you've already had time to process that I'm not helping at all, am I?
It's fine. Are you gonna wear that shirt?
I mean, yeah. Why, is something wrong with it?
No. No, it's nice.
Oh, thank you.
Sorry, you've gotta go.
Yeah, but I'll see you around?
Yeah. I mean, we have class together.
Right, yeah. Well, you have a good rest of your night.
Thanks, you too. Kind of like waves and... Alright. You two are going to meet up on the outskirts of campus or west?
I assumed it was just going to be right outside the dorm, and then we would head into town from there.
When they're outside of the dorm, like we all kind of leave Sophia's room, and then Nancy's like, all right, Jupiter, looks like Golden Girls all night.
So suspicious.
I know she is being very suspicious, but is trying very hard not to be.
As non-suspicious as they are, Sophia, you and Billy meet outside of the dorms, and you start to make your way to the taco hut.
The shell hut.
The shell hut. The shell hut. It's a place I named. I don't know why I can't get it right. Yeah, it's a fairly nice Mexican restaurant. They have like sit down tables and servers, and it's a pretty popular joint. It's a little pricey for like the average student to just like go after school sort of thing. Like it's not like a diner or like a Denny's, but it is they have the plastic colorful plates, and as you sit down they put a bowl of chips and salsa on your table, let you know that your server is going to be there shortly.
you look good tonight.
Thanks.
And you always do, but I like what you've done with your hair and the makeup. It's different.
Is it?
I mean, you don't normally wear makeup when we're out on patrol, do you? I mean, beyond the normal amounts.
Sure. The normal amounts.
I know Jupiter does a lot of makeup, and Nancy some too, though hers is a different style, I guess, given her the environment she grew up in.
That's a good way to put it. Yeah, no, I like to play around with it. It's a lot to do every day. Plus, it's expensive.
So I hear, yeah. I'm all for gender equality and stuff, but I'm glad there isn't the expectation for men to spend so much on makeup.
Yeah, you should be.
It's worth it for you, evidently.
Thanks.
Hey, Jupiter and Nancy, are you guys following them?
We
I just
know
need to
where
know
they're going.
timing. Yeah.
So we're not following them because like that would be very obvious. It's not like this is like a very busy area, but like
Mhm.
we know where they're going. So I think that we're probably like giving it like 15 minutes and then maybe like heading in that direction to like walk by the restaurant and peer in the windows as we go by
And if
and
we
maybe go
spot
get some
them,
ice cream. Just
Yeah,
to
yeah,
like
yeah.
judge
oh
how
my
it's
God,
going.
I saw them.
Yeah, so you get, yeah, okay. So the server is going to approach you guys. He is a probably a like freshman or sophomore in college. He's got sort of a grungy look to him, plaid jacket. Don't you do it. Well, okay. And he's got like blue jeans on and a server's waistcoat, and he kind of approaches you guys. Hey, my name is Gareth. I'm gonna be your server this evening. Can I get you started with a beverage, soda, virgin daiquiri?
Water and a Coke for me.
Just water.
You want the water in the Coke?
No thanks. Separate glasses, please.
Right. Okay. Any appetizers I can get you guys started with?
Alex doesn't know enough about Mexican appetizers.
We're fine, thanks.
Right. All right. Well, I'll be back with your drinks, and you'll take your dinner orders when I come back. Righteous. He seems to really like his job. He walks away back to get your beverages.
Righteous.
Yeah. Is it the common thing for people to put like watered down soda,
I
or
don't think so.
I mean, I'm not on social media. Is that a thing that's been making the rounds?
No, it's really not.
Okay. Huh. Oh, but speaking of her, I guess first, should we talk shop at all tonight, or do you not want to think about that?
I hadn't thought about it. I don't care. It doesn't bother me.
Okay. But I guess speaking of social media, have you heard anything else since the other day?
No, I haven't sent anything, but
Right.
nothing else.
Okay. Well, I guess we just keep waiting.
Or we track them down.
I mean, yeah, that too. I don't want to make a habit of stealing a bean, but I mean, I guess we could get to Spark City that way, maybe.
I mean, or we could just take the bus. Kind of far to go, huh?
Yeah. DM, how far is Spark City? Would it be feasible to get to from here?
No.
Okay.
No. Spark City is the northern main city. So that's kind of like where maybe like Chicago is, and you guys are in like Kansas City.
Okay.
So I mean, you could if you wanted, public transit for 36 hours, 24 hours or something.
I don't think it's quite that long. but-
Uh, it's an option, to be sure. Yeah. But I mean, why? I guess they're kind of all over the place, but based on what we saw so far, it seems like they kind of pick a place to focus on and then move. But I guess they do have facilities all over the place, so maybe this, what was it, Black Lily, Black Lotus
Lily, I think.
Lily is there.
I don't know. Maybe they're expanding.
Maybe. Okay, but if because we have to assume that they know where we are, why would they try and get us to Spark City and not here?
Easier to take somebody by surprise when you're not on their home turf.
I guess, yeah.
Other than that, I don't know.
Yeah. Well, it's we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Gareth returns. He is sort of has his hand forward, and he is levitating the waters as he brings them, and the Coke. So what did you say, Coke or Pepsi?
Coke.
Coke. Sorry. And he's levitating them as he's like typing something on his phone, and he places them down in front of you. Puts his phone back in his pocket. You decided what you want for dinner?
You go first.
Sophia orders a normal amount of tacos.
And he will ask the appropriate questions. Do you want shredded chicken, normal chicken? Do you want... Please don't break all my stuff, Krieg. All that sort of information is gathered. Alex.
And a quesadilla for me. Mixed veggies and chicken.
All right. Any allergies I need to know about?
Not to food, no. So, yeah, I guess none that you need to know about.
Righteous. All right. If you need me, I'll be Gareth over there.
Gareth is starting to grow on me.
Yeah, me too. I guess he just kind of does that. Wonder
Whether
if
you
it's like
want him to or not.
Is it maybe a secondary power?
Maybe. Maybe he has pheromones.
Maybe,
I
yeah.
guess you never know when someone has those. That's a weird thing to think about.
Yeah.
Now
I
I'm
mean,
thinking
I
about
guess
it.
We all do have pheromones, but most people can't do what they do like Jupiter does.
Yeah.
Sorry, that was pedantic. Do you think
As
they're
this
really
awkward...
good?
Yeah, I was
At
gonna
this point, I feel like we're making our second pass.
At least
At
second pass.
least.
yeah,
Least our second or third pass. Well, we had to like stand in line. It's
Yeah.
Friday night. There's probably lots of
Okay.
people at like the Cold Stone or wherever
Yeah.
we are, like getting our giant thing of ice cream. So we're
yeah.
probably making our second pass to go sit on a bench on the opposite side of the restaurant, and then
Mhm.
maybe getting up to do a third pass at this point.
Jupiter...
No.
You've gotten a couple text messages from Carter tonight, seeing what you're up to, what you're gonna do. Do you tell him what you're doing?
Oh yeah, I will
Okay.
invite him to come spy on the date if he wants to
Okay.
join us for some ice cream, and he probably says no. You guys are weird, but see you soon.
Actually, Carter's super down. He wants to come hang out with you guys.
I'm inviting Jackie then too if Carter's coming.
You text Jackie.
I'm definitely gonna see Jackie.
And like
Good.
6'2" or 3" Carter, just like,
Yeah.
oh my god.
She's my trophy girl.
Just
That's
sitting
true.
in a Mexican restaurant fuming that somehow Carter has made this about him again.
Yeah, you get a response from Jackie that says, I'd love to. I'm hanging out with my cousin though. Is it okay if he comes too?
Jupiter, is that okay? Can Jackie's cousin come?
Why wouldn't it be okay? We're just eating ice cream in a park,
Okay.
non-suspiciously.
Like Nancy's super excited. Like, yeah, come on out. We're just having ice cream.
Yeah,
walking
have them
around.
meet us back at the ice cream place.
Okay.
Less
All
food,
right.
That's
We walk
great.
by again to have a meeting spot.
This is great business for this one specific ice cream place.
Oh, you know what? I'm just gonna steal it from the other Masks game. What did we call it? What did we call it?
Throw your consideration.
Fro your consideration. Is that again a thing that I named and I cannot remember it for the life of me because I can only be clever once. That's it. That's all I get.
Yep, Gareth is also from my game.
Yes, Gareth is also from that game. He was the manager at the Hot Topic there, though.
And now creepily lives in her Outsiders Kirby craft.
It's not creepy.
20-something-year-old dude living with a high schooler.
Hey, he's just chill, man. He just likes to
Look,
play his Xbox and
He
hang
is
out.
who he is.
He's also maybe
Unapologetically.
It's also maybe the secret hacker that has them trapped in the Matrix. If you want to find out more, watch our show on Tuesday nights. Okay.
All right. As you guys, as everyone converges, Nancy and Jupiter, you see, Jackie, she kind of like raises her clawed hand up in the air. For those of you who don't know, Jackie is a, God, how tall is she?
My girlfriend, I should know.
6'4". She's a 6'4" jackal-looking creature, humanoid. She's a furry. And she's coming towards you. She raises her hand up. She's got a cute, like, off-the-shoulder thing going on with her a backwards hat. And next to her, walking is actually slightly shorter. Well, they're about the same height, I guess. It is a anthropomorphic bird with gray feathers, a full set of wings as well as clawed hands and legs, and a full tail behind him. He's got like brown and, like I said, brown and cream colored feathers and a nice short beak, very calming eyes, I guess. They approach. Well, hey there.
Nancy's unsure. Like, she doesn't want to kiss Jackie, but she goes up and hugs her. But feels pretty comfortable, you know?
Yeah. She will hug you back. And you're Carter from the oh god, I'm gonna talk to myself. You're Carter from the I met you at the party, right? And Carter's yeah, that's me. Jackie, I've heard a lot about you. Oh, well, that's very good. Hopefully all good things. And this is my cousin. This is Racket. And Racket waves. And Jackie goes, Racket is deaf. So if you need to ask him anything, let me know and I'll speak to him.
Awesome. Cool. And Nancy just waves and says,
Mhm.
hi, Racket.
He signs, it's nice to meet you. And Jackie relays that information. So
Nancy's all about this. This isn't a very inconspicuous party,
not anymore.
but it's fun, so we don't care.
Exactly. Jackie. So we're spying on your other two friends who are at
Yeah,
the Mexican restaurant.
yeah, they're there. They're on a date.
We're
I
not
kinda-
really spying.
No, we just happen to be around the same place.
But we ruined their date last night accidentally.
Yeah.
We derailed it.
I see.
So we're just, in case anything catastrophic happens,
Mhm.
we're gonna make sure that it doesn't ruin their date.
We're
Right.
good friends.
Yeah.
That's
Right.
all.
Of course,
Yeah.
of course.
Any chaos or villain, we are
Right.
steering it away from said Mexican restaurant
Right,
while
right.
also spying a little bit.
All
yeah.
right.
Can
Wales.
I get you some ice cream? You and Racket? And Carter, I'll get you
Yeah.
ice cream too.
Carter's like, yeah, if that's okay. Well, Jupiter, what'd you get?
Jupiter has like every froyo flavor like in a dollop all the way around and like 1,000 different like toppings. It just looks like a rainbow hot mess of flavors that shouldn't taste good together but somehow do.
Well, I guess I'll stick with vanilla with cookie bits on top.
I'll go make it,
Okay.
which
Oh,
is
yeah.
a worrying thing.
I forget these are froyo places where everybody makes their own stuff.
Mhm. I'm sorry, I totally forgot to do a Megathwarp. So can we all get ready for a Megathwarp real quick? If you have your stuff close, just use your hands. Just mimic it if you did. And are we ready? In 3, 2, 1. 10. Wow, Rachel's got it for everyone. She's got extra credit.
I tried, but I couldn't do it the opposite direction. All right, complicated.
I didn't want to scare Krieg, but I also do not want him sitting up here anymore. I need to type. Okay, so you guys start your Froyo expedition. Those of you in the shop, you're in the restaurant. Gareth brings you your food. Again, levitating it as he goes. Can I get you anything else? Do you want some hot sauces or anything like that?
I'm good. Sophia.
No, I'm fine. Thanks.
All right. Let me know if you need anything. He walks away.
Food looks good.
Yeah.
I start eating.
The silence is palpable. Outside, the gang is getting ice cream. You guys take a seat a little bit away from the restaurant, I assume, to keep your from not drawing attention from anybody in the restaurant. And Jackie is talking to Racket via sign language, explaining to him a little bit about each of you. Not that you would know, but and Carter is speaking to Jupiter about you guys's about his classes and basketball and just kind of just shooting the shit. Jackie will explain to you more about Racket and he's visiting from out of town and all that sort of stuff. But you guys notice there is a water fountain sort of in this park area. And it starts to bubble a little bit. Like, and uncharacteristically, the water is coming up and spilling down. It's splashing. But then you can kind of see the water in the middle is moving up and down in a way.
Jupiter.
Yep, I see it.
Is Carter? He goes to our school, right? Or is he?
No,
So he doesn't have powers.
he's a
Nope.
normie.
Okay.
He's a sweet human boy who plays basketball and really likes movies.
Okay. I didn't think so. Nancy looks over at Jackie then, like, you don't. You. What is that?
She kind of looks over at the. Now that is a pickle, isn't it? She taps Racket and points over, and he like looks at it, looks at her, and says to her in sign language, and she replies, "He said that doesn't seem very natural. Should we take a look?"
I'll go over there with you.
All right. You guys make your way over towards the fountain, and as you do, the water becomes more and more agitated, more and more rough. And as you get closer and kind of look in and see the water sort of erupts a little bit as a creature emerges from it. It's shiny. It looks like it's made of a bunch of different scales or something. There's a lot of little pieces on it. It is tall and gangly with very long arms, swinging, catching the light as it does, and as it like comes into existence. It roars out in this sort of metallic clanging and scraping. Inside, Gareth comes to check on you. Does everything taste all right?
Yep. Yes.
Do you want another soda?
Yes, please.
Can I get you anything but water?
No, thanks.
Cool. Walks away.
So I mean, that's really cool about your siblings, but you know, I know how you kind of have, you know, you're on pretty good terms with them, but I also feel like I know you well enough to know that, you know, you have maybe a little bit of an inferiority complex around them. Maybe I'm way off base with that, given that I apparently have been oblivious to my own thoughts and feelings. That this isn't to say that that's bad necessarily, but feels like it's an important thing to discuss.
Does it?
You know, maybe not the time or the place, ever.
I think my relationship with my brother is fine. Good, even, one might say.
I didn't say it wasn't.
No, you just insinuated that I feel inferior in his presence.
I mean, again, I'm just saying based on what I saw when we were out on patrol that day. But you know, I'm just gonna shove more quesadilla in my mouth.
Fucking hate you, Alex. Outside. Boy, they don't need your help ruining this. Keep saving this date. They're doing enough damage on their own, and I love it. The shiny creature begins to thrash around. It smashes into the fountain, lobbing off the top, water squirting just directly into the air, raining down on everything around it. Jackie kind of like steps back and like as all of her fur gets wet, but you see her growl. Racket takes a step back as if he's a little nervous in this situation. His claws kind of out. He's keeping an eye on everything. And Carter, Jupiter, you feel Carter sort of like grab your hand, and like he doesn't know if he should like put himself in front of you or stand behind you. He's just kind of standing next to you, holding your hand, like, I don't know what to do here.
You should go somewhere that might be safer.
Yeah. Good luck. Just stay safe.
Okay. Okay, bye.
And he shifts to the back. He's kind of helping people clear the area at this point. Racket starts, he flaps his wings and moves up into the air, close to the trees, and he kind of grabs one of the big branches and like is leaning down, looking over the area. Jackie looks like this is Christmas. She is so excited about this. She like puts her hand, she steps in front of you, Jupiter and Nancy, puts her hand sort of on your stomach as she like reaches back, looks at you and says, "Y'all might want to cover your ears." She like breathes in this deep breath of air and then opens her mouth and emits this insane laughter out towards this creature. All of the leaves in the trees shake. The water moves away as she does, as this sonic energy goes through, and it hits the creature, and you can see some of the scales on it. Some of these the scales fly off, and the creature kind of reels back from this, and then takes a step forward as it sees the threat in front of it. Jackie like lets out a breath and like breathes in real quick as she's catching her breath from that attack.
That was bad ass. And then Nancy, how tall is this monster?
It's like 9-10 feet tall.
I think Nancy, like with her telekinesis, takes a chair and tries to like the heaviest chair she can
Yeah.
find
Yeah.
and just try to lob it at its head.
Yeah, you're in a park. You can lob one of the benches. Go ahead
Yeah.
and roll me a directly engage a threat, please.
Okay. Oh,
Oh boy.
I'm punch drunk. I'm
Yeah.
man.
You are. That was a 3. So you go to lob what you're ready to show off for your girlfriend. And you go to lob one of these park benches at the creature, and as you go to do that, you didn't realize that it was like actually in the concrete, like they had riveted it in so that people couldn't use it. And instead you throw the backpack that was on there, and the backpack hits the creature and it goes over its head, and for a moment it's just like not understanding what's going on.
Nancy's like, that's why I'm still in training, but she's just so incredibly embarrassed.
Jupiter, what do you want to do?
So this thing looks like a creature of some sort, right? Like
It looks like a bit think Slender Man, but like made out of like coins.
Jupiter's gonna shapeshift herself into a bigger version of that thing and see if she can scare it away.
Hell yeah.
Just so she's gonna be like she's shapeshifting into a larger version of that.
Okay.
And then whatever noise it was making, she was gonna try to imitate.
All right, go ahead and roll me a superior to provoke someone. That is an 8. You go ahead and here, I'll pop that up for you. So you get to choose one from the list. And you gain a credit. Would you like to gain a critical opportunity from this?
Yes, I would.
Okay. Or you can make them stumble, wherein you'll take +1 forward against them.
No, we will. The first one was that
critical opportunity.
Critical opportunity.
All right, sounds good. You roar at this creature. It sort of reels back from seeing itself only newly coming into this world, understanding what it is. You see it sort of look at its hand and look at you and like look back at its hand. And as you do this, you give an opportunity to someone, and that person is going to be Jackie. But back at the restaurant, the lovely Mexican music is playing. Actually, a mariachi band is starting to go around to each table and like do a little ditty. And they sort of leave your table. You guys are probably about halfway through your food at this point.
I don't know. I've just always found it really frustrating when people are pedantic towards me. Like, you knew what I meant. Feels more passive aggressive than anything.
Yep, and I'm, certainly was not my intention, but I understand that is not nearly as important as the impact.
Food's good.
Back outside, Jackie launches herself at this creature, her claws out, and as she does, her cousin Racket comes flying in, his claws reaching out towards this thing, and Jackie hits it right in the middle. Her back legs sort of clamping in, and her claws attached at the hips. And Racket comes in and he just yanks at his head and pulls him back, and so that he sort of does a back bend back into the fountain. And what would you guys like to do in this moment?
As he's bending back, can I psychic construct like a safe to drop on his face?
Oh, absolutely. Go ahead and unleash your powers.
I'm so scared. Okay.
You have to roll well at least once. Don't forget to mark potential from that last roll.
I did. Fuck.
Okay.
Okay.
Jupiter, well, actually, she gave you a great opportunity, and so did these people, so we'll give you a +1 on that, and we can make that a 7.
Ooh, thank you. I advanced for my last potential, by the way, but I'll do it.
Woo! Yeah. So you're gonna unleash your powers. Let's see. On 7 to 9, mark a condition, or the GM will tell you how the effect is unstable or temporary. So do you want to mark a condition, or do you want it to be temporary?
Oh my god, sorry.
Tedward.
I think make it temporary.
Okay.
And how temporary would it be, I guess?
Well, I mean, you're dropping you're doing what you need to do. It's just not going to stay on him. So,
Yeah, that's fine.
yes, the safe drops onto him, and you see these as it hits him right above Jackie and below Racket. The coins sort of splatter out as this being is split into two. And they start to, Jackie and Racket are trying to like keep it apart, but you see the coins are trying to like gather themselves together. Jupiter, you are a big ol' being. You are same boy. What would you like to do?
I would like to like run through all of the coins and just kick them all over the place and scatter them as far apart as possible.
Yeah.
And like grab some as I'm doing it and just try to keep him apart as much
Yeah.
as I can.
Absolutely. And I think as this being, even though you don't know exactly what he's made of, you kind of have this, you're finding you have this ability to like magnetically pull the coins to you. So as you're running through him like a child through leaves, they're kind of attaching to you, and you're able to like get some up in you. And this creature is totally just falling apart at this point. Back inside, you guys have finished your food. Gareth approaches with the check. So, should I split it in two?
No,
Yeah.
I can get it, but sure, split it.
Okay. Walks away.
Sorry, probably should have talked about that beforehand.
No, I mean, you know, at the start I assumed we would split, but I figured it would be the least I could do to try and make some small amends.
It's fine.
I don't know that it is, but I will accept that you say it is.
I mean, I probably shouldn't just say it is, but I don't really know what to say.
Yep.
Gareth walks back, places the two checks in front of you. He pretends to walk away, but he's just waiting for you guys to put whatever form of payment down. And he doesn't want to stand right there because that's rude.
Yeah.
Grabs the checks, takes them away.
So, what now?
I had been thinking a walk through the park, but I don't know. It's up to you.
Yeah, okay.
All right.
Back outside. The creature is being torn apart by Jackie and Racket have kind of seen what's happening with you, Jupiter, and they're just ripping at this creature, ripping it apart. The fountain is still spurting up water. You can see that officials have started coming in as the panic has reached, has given off and told people what that there is a problem going on. The public service people walk up. You guys have pretty much like destroyed this creature as it is. They're kind of looking at you, Jupiter, in this form. But if you shift back, you kind of just have
She'll
a bunch
shift
of
back into herself, holding just a bunch of coins.
they're just like, what happened? What happened to the fountain? Jackie's like, hold on, I got this. She kind of holds up her hero badge. Since she is a year older than you, she has sort of a little bit higher level, a little bit better ranking. And she'll start explaining what happened, and one of the public service officers will come and take the coins away from you as they're all getting the statements from you as Sophia and Billy are about to leave. Jackie is giving off this spiel, and she kind of looks up over to the restaurant, and she like kind of perks up. Nancy.
Yeah.
Points to the restaurant as she sees Sophia and Billy.
Jupiter, they're leaving. Jupiter, they're leaving.
Do we just run?
Like we're standing there. There's a bunch of officials out there.
I could make myself a tree and you could hide behind me.
I mean, do you think?
Like,
Yeah.
have they already seen us?
Nope, they haven't seen you yet. This is a comedy of errors.
Why not?
I am going to transform myself into a tree where that bench that we threw used to be, and Nancy can hide behind me.
Yep, I'm doing that.
I am large tree.
And I'm just like laughing. I kind of yank Jackie over behind the tree and we're just giggling behind Jupiter.
You leave Racket sort of looking at the officials and trying to like sign to them what's going on, and like one of them's like, hold on a second, and like bring someone else over. Sophia and Billy, as you emerge from the restaurant, you see there seems to be a hullabaloo across the street. The park has been blocked off. There you see the water fountain has been destroyed, and there's like just water spraying everywhere. There's public service people like trying to turn it off. And I was gonna say you see Carter, but I think Carter's smart enough to have like sort of left the area. He's probably back at the Froyo shop, just waiting for everything to be done. But it seems like there was something happened here. However, it seems to have calmed down by now. They don't seem to need any assistance or anything like that.
Huh, I'm surprised we didn't hear that from inside, but I guess the band was pretty loud.
Pretty loud, yeah. So no park then.
At least not that park. I mean, I was thinking, you know, the East Park, it's got better walking paths.
Yeah, okay.
You guys make your way down. Jupiter, as Tree... I'm gonna say as Tree you can't see anything because that makes sense to me. But Nancy and Jackie are hiding behind it. There was totally an inconspicuous tree there that you guys totally saw. It is like, oh, it's just a tree. But they peek out as you are walking by the Froyo place to get to the other park. Carter is posted up against the wall so that you can't see him through the glass door, and he is just like looking out, waiting for you to walk by. And you guys make your way to the park, and that's where we're gonna go on our break for the evening, controlling the chaos as we can, having fun in this wonderful evening. Thank you to my players for putting up with all my nonsense for this first half of the game, and we'll be back in 5 to 10 minutes. We'll see you soon. Bye. Hello and welcome back, everyone. We are on date 2.0, and we're gonna get back into things. Jupiter and Nancy, Jackie and Racket, and Carter comes like jogging over, and he's like, "They went that way. They didn't see me, I swear."
That's when I start tapping on the tree.
Mm.
Like, Jupiter.
I turn back into me.
Oh shit! Sorry. Did they see you?
No.
Okay, cool.
Somehow.
Okay.
Don't know how, but they didn't see us.
All right. So, what are we gonna do now?
I think we've already pushed our luck too much. So
Let's go watch some comedy or something.
Okay. Yeah. Carter pulls out his phone and starts to look up some events in the area and finds.
While he does that though, I'm like, wait, Jackie, would we be able to go to a comedy show? Like, can Racket read lips or anything? Or
Oh,
what
I
would be
mean,
something fun for Racket to do?
we could go to a movie or something.
Oh, hey Carter, sorry, let's do a movie instead. Racket, it'll be more fun for Racket.
Oh, yeah, good. Sorry, good idea. Sorry.
Thanks, man.
He types in
find
a
a movie with
theater.
closed captions.
Yeah, exactly. Types in a theater you guys know in town, and they're playing. Let me hold on. I can come up with something clever. Gilded, the Golden Duke story, which is the it is the life tale of the Golden Duke, who was the main hero of the world for a while until he retired about 15 years ago. And it is sort of a dramatization of it. One of the like I would say like basically Dwayne the Rock Johnson is playing him in this dramatization of his life. But it is it's playing, the show starts in like 20 minutes.
They've got popcorn. That's all I care about.
Mm-hmm. All right, you guys make your way there. Billy and Sophia, you're in the park. Is there anything specifically you'd like to do, or just walk and talk?
I don't know how much talking there's been. I think Billy is terrified to open his mouth at this point.
Sophia will start talking after a minute. After a few minutes, probably.
Billy will keep his replies. Terse isn't the right word, but he's minimizing his chance to fuck up again.
So this wasn't exactly what I imagined.
No, me neither. And I don't know if it's could have done things differently. I mean, obviously, some things could have been done differently, but I don't know. Maybe we're just trying to force this.
Maybe. Did you really want to come out with me
Yeah.
like
Not-
this?
Well, yeah. I mean, obviously, I thought dinner would have gone better, but I mean, I always enjoyed spending time with you, and I thought that, you know, maybe this would also, you know, work and be fun. And, you know, right now I really just want to go find a rock to hide under.
I just feel like ever since this whole thing happened, I don't know, you act different around me. Not in the fun way.
Well, I'm sorry.
I'm not asking for an apology. I don't really know what I'm asking for.
I wish I could give it to you, whatever it was. But, you know, it's like a switch has been flipped in my brain, and now I can't switch it back.
What do you mean?
Like, I don't know if I can go back to exactly how we were before Jupiter put it in all our minds that I like you.
Is that what you want to do?
No. But this is also, not going great. Clearly.
Yeah.
Maybe it was naive to think that we'd be able to just switch, change how we are together instead of, or putting ourselves into a box that others seem to expect us to be in. And like, I think if it was a perfectly molded box, and I don't know, she's not going to work, but I do think there is a world in which this could work. We're just not necessarily in that world yet, or haven't found the right conditions.
What does that look like then? It's Billy Burns' perfect world.
In my perfect world, there wouldn't really be villains. I mean, there would probably still be villains, but the cartoony type. No one's ever really in danger from their antics, and it's more of a diversion, not quite an entertainment, because that seems inconsiderate to the real victims out there. But heroes would be able to go out and be grand showboaty heroes, and inspirations to the people. And good would always triumph over evil. And the I think if I could also change things, being a teenager would be a lot less awkward, but maybe that is necessary. It's like a crucible for people to make it through to adulthood.
I have walked through fire.
Yeah. But right now, I feel like the other kind of crucible and just asking for more weight.
I don't think I understand that reference.
Oh, it's an old play about the Salem witch trials, and they crushed a dude to death with a rock because he wouldn't admit to being a witch.
Whoa, really?
Yeah, he's total badass. You'd probably dig him.
That's hardcore.
Yep. But anyway, where was I going? Perfect world. I mean, I'm hesitant to say too much because I don't want to come off as a selfish prick and being, this is exactly how things would be if everything was my way, because I don't want to say how you or anyone that we know would be or wouldn't be in that world, because that would be removing your agency, and that's not cool.
Do you hear yourself when you talk?
Sometimes.
I don't think anybody in any universe could ever call you selfish, Billy.
Thanks. I know, I see the potential for what I could do with my powers if I went dark and didn't keep them in check, and it scares me. And so I think that's why I do try to put so many limits on myself.
I think you're a lot stronger than you think you are.
Maybe. I mean, I'm still definitely bruised from when I body slammed Firewall.
Hey, that'll happen. Hey, you don't have to make it personal or anything, but there is a perfect universe out there for you. You don't have to tell me what it is, but I kind of want to be in it.
You definitely are.
Maybe that's a better starting point.
Just being in each other's worlds.
Yeah. If you ever tell anyone I said something that sappy, I will kill you.
I believe it.
Just so we're clear.
Now, at the risk of putting my other foot all the way in my mouth and down my throat, how much of your perfect world is, based around professional wrestling soap opera storylines?
Surprisingly, more than you'd think. In that one, I get to go back and forth between my normal persona and being a heel as much as I would like, though.
Those are the bad ones?
Yeah.
Okay,
The villains.
right. Now, would you ever somehow get caught up in such a convoluted storyline that you would have to face your own heel persona? And then have to deal with how to deal with that?
Has Jupiter been reading my journals again?
Maybe? I'm trying to think if Billy knew that happened at one point.
I don't know. I think it's a cool idea.
Yeah, I mean, I'm surprised they don't have us do simulations of that of Fight Your Evil Clones.
I've been saying this. It happens in games constantly. You have to fight a shadow version of yourself. You have to fight a mimic version of yourself. Way more difficult than any boss battle.
Yeah.
You ever tried to read your own move set? It's impossible, especially when it's mirrored back at you. They don't usually take my strategic advice, though. I'm not really built for that.
You've got more often than not when we go into battle, we're following your lead. I think it's just, the adults are kind of stuck in their ways, or they think they know what's best, or
Put people in boxes.
yeah. I mean, maybe they have a point. I mean, this is one of the best hero programs in the country. And, clearly they produce results, and that's maybe also giving them too much credit, and maybe we do just want to go ham and fuck shit up.
Yeah. I don't know. I just feel like things are changing. Maybe there's not such a need for hero types anymore.
The world's always going to need heroes.
Yeah. Doesn't mean they always have to look the same or act the same. Not cuss on live TV that one time.
Yeah, well, I mean, the does kind of hurt the merchandise sales if you're not family friendly enough.
Unless you're making a heel turn. just saying.
Maybe. Yeah. I
saying.
mean, you obviously know a lot more about that side of the biz than me.
Everybody loves a great hero to villain to hero story. That's just me. No one likes that.
Yeah, I think it's more, it would be too much public concern of, oh God, the hero's now a villain, and more of a how can we stop them unless are they redeemable?
Yeah. It's a little unfortunate.
Certainly a nice thought in, in fiction where it's safe and you have, in the back of your mind, like it's all going to be okay. But I think the real world is too uncertain and the consequences are too real to really consider that as a viable option. But maybe that's just me.
I doubt you're the only person that thinks that.
Now I am thinking if we, a few years down the line, we're out being real superheroes. If you do a heel turn, what if the rest of us came to stop you? Who would win? The three of us against you?
Am I being brainwashed this time, or do I have full control over myself?
I mean, if it's a heel turn, you presumably have full control.
I don't know. I feel like I could pull it out.
Maybe.
Well, you'd pull your punches.
Maybe. I mean, you're probably the only one I don't have to pull punches for.
I think you still would. And Nancy's terrified of me, so it would really just be me versus Jupiter. And I think I could take her.
Probably. I mean, she, can change into the rhino, or have we seen her change into a dinosaur before? She probably could, right?
No, but I've suggested it, and I keep suggesting it.
Yeah. Yeah. Damn, I know I want to see you suplex Jupiter T-Rex.
Yes, I very much would like for that to happen.
Maybe we'll suggest a next training session.
Yeah. Take a page out of Nancy's new book and grab life by the horns. Especially when you realize you don't have as much of it left as you thought.
Right. I don't know. I've been thinking about what Firewall said, and I mean, do we even think he's right?
No reason to think he would lie.
Perhaps, but also, he's a villain. He does evil shit. Maybe he's messing around. I don't know, trying to get in your head, get you off your game.
Yeah, in my experience, the science types tend to take their work very seriously. Fine. Another setback.
Just means we got to find another science type, or hell, maybe even a magic type to figure out if that's right and what we can do about it.
Magic type, weak or strong against dark type, I can never remember.
So you're thinking probably more like fairy type or psychic type?
I know. Sorry.
Just even if it did turn out that Firewall was right and you are, your powers are eating away at you, I can't imagine a Sophia who would give them up.
No, I've been thinking about it ever since he said it. I don't think I could go back.
What if we got you like a mech suit or something that simulated your super strength?
That would be pretty cool. Yeah. I think I could work with that.
You can make it like, the Power Ranger Zords and go even more ham into the lion theme.
Voltron.
Yeah. Ooh, and then we got to find other mech warriors for you to team up with to go full Voltron.
Well, it's you guys, obviously. We need one more.
Yeah, that's true. So I don't think the mech warriors don't ever really have magic, so I don't know. I don't know if it would be for me, but now I'm thinking about, okay, if we were all part of a Voltron, who would be which part?
Oh man. Well, you're the green line, obviously.
Right? Yeah. Okay.
I don't know. I feel like it would depend on our fifth. Because I could be the red lion
Mm-hmm.
or the black lion.
Probably more red lion.
Jupiter's blue.
Which makes Nancy the yellow one.
You need a Shiro. The analogy really falls apart at that point, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, and there aren't really, it's either it's already just one big mech or it's, the 5 different parts aren't really 4-part mechs.
Oh well. Another dream crushed.
By this cruel, cruel world.
Honestly, I'm shocked that Nancy and Jupiter didn't follow us.
Yeah, I was absolutely expecting them to.
Yeah, they were being super weird earlier.
Right. Yeah, I guess did they come hang out as you got ready for the date or?
Yes. It was extremely loud experience.
Right.
Wasn't so bad though.
That's good.
Next time I'm sticking them on you.
That actually might have been good. My prep was mostly just a lot of anxiety.
What else is new?
But you did just say next time. Does that mean this wasn't a complete dumpster fire?
Not quite. We'll see. We should
As
probably
you-
get back.
As you guys are finishing up your walk in the park, Jupiter and Nancy are in the movie. It's a very intense part of the fight of the battle. I'm sorry, of the movie. There is a fight going on between the Golden Duke and Professor Nemesis, and they're going at it headstrong, and the Golden Duke is ripping his minions to pieces, and he starts to deliver. Nemesis starts to deliver his speech, his villain speech, his monologue, and on the screen you can see the dialogue written beneath it. But as you guys are like glancing at it, because that's you can't when the dialogue is on the screen, there it's impossible to not at least read it sometimes for whatever reason. Brains. You see that the words, instead of shifting as he continues his speech, you see them change to, have you made a decision yet?
And does everybody else see this?
You look
Like,
around and Jupiter, or Jackie's kind of like, she has her claws. She's holding your hand gently, but her other hand is sort of like gripping the seat, and she's like very intensely watching this. You see Racket sort of looking back between the text and the screen, and they're very focused on what's going on, but they don't seem to be reacting to this.
I look over at Jupiter and
I'm
Carter,
smacking her.
and then I just say yes
Yes.
out loud, like really quietly.
And as you do that, the text on the screen changes, and it says, "What is your decision?"
And I'm like, so we're doing this, right? To Jupiter. And then I just say, we're in.
Yes. We're in.
All right, you guys get a text message to your phone with an address and a time. And Sophia and Billy, you both get a buzz on your phone. Sophia, you notice that you have an Instagram message, but right as you see that, the screen lights up with, "Have you made your decision?" In Comic Sans. No, it's like Times New Roman.
Sure.
Is that from Lily?
I guess.
Billy, you look on your phone and you have the same message. This isn't the Instagram message. This is your screen has gone black and there's white text, and then there's a blinking line underneath it.
I guess we were saying yes. I don't know how we find out more about them without doing that.
Yeah. Okay. I say yes.
What is your decision?
Yes.
All right. You guys get the same message, time and place, Saturday afternoon at a local grocery store. Aisle 12.
Is our movie over yet, or are we still?
You're in like the crescendo. You're in the
Okay.
towards the end, but still have a ways to go.
Okay.
Just making eye contact throughout the movie, like. But finish the movie, I guess.
Yeah.
We don't want to bring alarm. We don't want to like raise Jackie's suspicions that we're gonna do something stupid tomorrow.
I feel like at this point, I'm probably gonna. I imagine I'd tell Jackie. It'd be crazy not like, even though we all kind of talked about it, but I trust Jackie at this point, so I might wait till after the movie and talk to her about it.
All right. The movie ends. Go ahead.
Just you had said we both got the text, but Sophia also had an Instagram message.
Mhm.
Just curious what that was, or we'll get to it after.
Either way.
I mean, yeah, I check it.
Yeah. So the Instagram message is, of course, from Black Lily, and it says it is a comment on one of your stories. That is, what would you post as one of your stories? Just a picture of one of your outfits.
Yeah, it's probably some pictures of her outfit.
Okay. It's a compliment on your outfit. And it says, "Am I gonna see you soon in Spark City?"
What is up with them? She'll answer, I don't know, it's kind of far.
The response is, "I'm sure you can figure it out."
Why would I come all that way when I still don't know who you are?
For the fun. Don't you want to get stronger? Question mark.
You can do that?
Duh.
I don't think she responds after that.
Okay.
This is getting weird.
Yeah. Okay. Hypothetical. What if Lily isn't band of bad guys? Like, we have no reason to think they're not. But what if somehow, it's. Why would they be coming at us from two different avenues, though?
Right?
like we
Doesn't make
had-
sense.
Unless it's. 'Cause, I mean, so for Shepard said, they don't really know what the Band of Bad Guys organization is. So maybe it's not nearly as cohesive as they're trying to make us seem. Maybe this Lily is trying to build up their own power base separate from Last Laughs.
Maybe. Might be a different villain group altogether.
Okay.
I want to go to Spark City and find out.
Yeah. Yeah, no, we should go. I'm just wondering, do we go instead of going to the grocery store tomorrow? Or is Spark City an after thing?
I don't know. Not showing up tomorrow is drawing a pretty hard line.
Yeah. Especially after we already said yes.
I guess it's an after thing.
You know we're all coming to Spark City with you, right?
I know. As bad of an idea as I think that is.
Yeah. But if you go without us,
You'll show
we'll
up
have
anyway.
to and we'll have to do that thing of us actually trying to kick your ass for being such a dumbass.
Bring it.
What are the rules for using powers outside of the school? Like, obviously Gareth was doing stuff as a waiter, but
He's also an adult.
yeah.
You can do it if you're protecting yourself or others. It's pretty
Mm.
much the rules.
Okay. Billy was about to suggest we throw down and spar here and now, but that would not probably go well. This probably means we should get back to campus and discuss with the others.
Yeah.
Well, night wasn't a total disaster.
No.
But put it in my calendar that you're not free next Friday. Unless you
Tony.
want an excuse to not.
Oh no. Tony's great.
Seems like it.
I don't know. We're just friends.
Sure. Yeah. And I mean, it's important to make time for friends.
Yep.
That's it's good that you're. I would not necessarily have expected you and Tony to mesh, so I'm glad that you all are finding things in common.
Yeah, he's really sweet. Great artist too.
Yeah. Can you imagine having his power set and not being a good artist? That would kind of.
Yeah, that would suck.
Yeah.
It's nice to be able to talk to somebody about that stuff though.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah,
And it's-
we should
yeah.
go.
Gonna text the others, see what they're up to.
You guys are walking out of your movie at this point as Billy and Sophia are making their way back to campus. I think that Jackie and Racket are. Racket is furiously signing, and Jackie is like, "Oh, I know. It was so amazing." And she kind of like turns to you, Nancy, and she's like, "Did you see the part where he was like, he's coming at him, Professor Nemesis, and he just reeled back and punched him square in the chest, and his modulator just came flying out the back. The effects were fucking amazing."
Yeah, it was awesome. I'm sorry. Can we talk for just a second?
Yeah, sorry. Gives a one second to Racket, and he like nods and goes over to Jupiter and Carter and is like, big thumbs up to you guys.
The whole time they've been together with Racket, Jupiter's like been like trying to like learn a few like random like phrases on her
Yeah.
phone like really quick, like inside
Aw.
language, just like studying them, like, you know, like she's like a little bit familiar because like, you know, she's got like a small basis of every earth language, just like a little
Yeah.
bit conversational stuff, but like
Yeah.
so she's trying to like remind herself of like ASL. And
Yeah.
so she's just trying to like sign to him a little bit, like just like,
Yeah.
you know, a couple little
He-
phrases of excitement as well.
He very much enjoys it. Nancy checks like, is everything all right? Did you not like the movie?
No, the movie was great. Like I know we haven't been seeing each other for very long, but you trust me, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't think I'm supposed to be telling you this, but I want someone close to me to know, and I have to go for a little bit, and I don't know how long it's going to be.
What do you mean? Where are you going?
So you know how we think Ed McMahon has something to do with the band of bad guys?
Of course.
It's got to do with that. And I have to go for a little bit. I don't know how long it's going to take.
Well, do you need backup? Do you want me to come with you?
That's awesome. I mean, I can't ask you to do that, or I don't want, I can't have you come with me. It's too insane. I appreciate it. That's awesome that you're willing to go, though.
Of course. What are you doing?
It's just my team and I have something we have to go do, and I can't really talk about it. If you know any more, you're implicated, and you understand, right? Like,
Yeah, but I'm not. I'm okay with getting in trouble if it means keeping you safe.
I know, but I need someone on the outside who doesn't know anything specific in case I need you.
All right. Yeah, I guess I can do that.
Okay. But fuck Ed McMahon. Like, that's what everything's all about. Fuck
Right.
Ed McMahon.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then Nancy kind of starts talking about the movie again, like just to calm everything down again, and like slowly walks over to the rest of the group.
Yeah. So we're getting close to curfew here. You guys ready to head back?
Yeah, we should head back. I don't want to, but we should.
It's probably time.
Yeah.
Curfews and adults and stuff.
All right. Well, I'm gonna take Racket back to his space. He's hanging out at my parents' house, and but it was good seeing y'all. Good to meet you again, Carter, and I hope y'all have a good evening. And text me, she says to Nancy.
Good to see you again, Jackie.
I like give Jackie a hug and a quick kiss on
Yeah,
but nothing too crazy.
yeah. She gives you guys a nod. And Carter's yeah. So you guys, do you want me to walk you back to campus?
No, that's okay. Nancy and I have to talk about some stuff. I think we're gonna do something stupid tomorrow.
What?
So yeah. We've got like, all this like bad guy stuff that's been going on that we've been like
Yeah.
deeply involved in. It's about to probably get like really weird. So we're gonna probably do something kind of stupid tomorrow. So if you don't hear from me for a while, don't worry. I'm probably still alive.
Okay, gonna worry, especially with the preface of that. But I
know-
trust you that you're smart and you're capable.
Well, capable. But the past couple weeks we've done a lot of very dumb things. So I'm kind of questioning my own intelligence.
You know, honestly,
but-
if you didn't, it wouldn't. You know,
Yeah.
I would be worried more. I think
Impulse first,
honestly,
Thoughts
yeah,
later. Yeah.
yeah. I mean,
Uh,
if you hadn't done that, we wouldn't have met.
Yeah, exactly. So, sometimes it works out great. So yeah, I will text you as soon as I can to let you know that I'm safe, but just know the whole team's going. We're probably gonna be fine.
Okay, good. Yeah. He kind of like looks at you, looks at Nancy, looks back at you, and like leans in for a kiss.
It's probably more of like a mini makeout because who knows when she's gonna see him.
He
Sorry,
kind
Nancy.
of pulls back, kind of blushing, and okay, bye guys. See you, Nancy. Good to see you. He,
And we'll
Carter
head back to
leaves.
campus.
yeah. You guys can meet up back on campus.
So did I text you guys back yet?
Billy, as you were about to text, you get a message.
We're at East Park, but we're heading back now.
I'm gonna meet in my room.
Sounds good. We'll be there in 30.
Okay. We'll just hang out.
Okay. You guys make it back without an incident. Open the door to Jupiter's room.
So we got a weird text.
Oh, that's what you want to talk about first?
Seems like the most important thing to discuss.
Well, did you guys have a good night? Minus the weird text message that we all got? Because I'm assuming we all got it.
Billy will kind of look at Sophia and let her answer that one.
I also got another Instagram message.
Okay, fine. So we'll skip date talk and move on to bad guy talk. All right. So we all got this message. What did you guys reply?
Yeah.
Sophia?
Yeah.
Oh, so we're all going now.
Okay.
I also told Jackie and my grandpa. I'm sorry. My grandpa has to know. He knows all about Ed McMahon.
I mean, it's probably a good thing that Jackie knows that we might be doing something having to do with that. So if she doesn't hear from you for a couple of days, she can maybe raise an alarm. So,
Yes. Someone in the
but
hero
before
camp.
we go, you should probably give her a time frame so it's not 12 hours later and she's freaking out in case we have to go somewhere.
We don't know what our time frame
I
is.
know. I don't know. I don't know. If you're not in school on Monday morning, maybe.
I mean, she knows it's the band of bad guys. And so no one knows what to expect. So
Yeah. I would say if we're not in school on Monday morning, then maybe she can. I mean, people would be like, where are they anyway? Right.
So I think tonight maybe we should put some trackers and stuff, sew them into our suits. Can we do that?
We can do that tomorrow morning. It's kind of
Okay.
late.
What time
Um,
are we supposed to meet tomorrow?
In the
Afternoon. Yeah,
Okay.
2-ish.
Okay.
I mean, the time is 2:00. He gives you a time.
Okay.
So it's at some supermarket, and then you said you got a message on Instagram. Was it from Black Lily?
Yeah. She'll just show him the exchange.
How weird. So maybe she's not related to the band of bad guys.
Yeah.
Because why would they be at the same time trying to get us to go to Spark City when we're supposed to be like meeting?
Yeah,
with-
well, Silver Shepherd was saying that the organization isn't that well known, and so maybe they're different factions, and Lily is trying to build up a separate power base.
Maybe.
Maybe. And we're meeting at a grocery store tomorrow. Like, we don't know if we're leaving somewhere then or if they're going to have to wait a week and we can do Spark City. Me too. I don't know. We just can't really.
I mean, I
Okay.
imagine they're probably gonna portal us out. I mean, maybe we'll meet the smoker again.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should probably
Plan
like
for
make
it,
sure that we pack some things.
plan for
Like
it.
go in street clothes, pack superhero stuff tomorrow.
Yeah.
Should also come up with a word, like a safe word almost. Like if someone says it, it's like, oh, we need to, you
Yeah.
know, abandon and just worry about getting out.
You mean this time the signal is not going to be Sophia punching somebody in the face?
I mean, that counts too.
It's
It
such a
could
great
be.
signal.
How about I could really go for a banana right now?
Banana.
Not
mean,
just banana. It's got to be the whole phrase.
The whole phrase.
Does
like,
There's
it
really-
actually
have
bananas for us to eat. I'm gonna eat a banana.
Tea.
Okay, Sophia doesn't like it. Whatever you think then.
Well, it could be banana related. I feel like I'm low
Does
on
it have to
potassium.
be banana related?
You don't like
No.
bananas?
It's not that I don't like bananas. It's just, you know what? Never mind. I don't want to have to explain it. It's fine. We can use banana.
What
Your guess
about
stacks up 2
if we
points.
call each other by a fake middle name, you know, if like I'm like, you know, Nancy Marie,
Mm.
or, you know, I say like, you know, Billy Ezekiel, like they don't know your middle name. And that'll be like, we gotta go.
I don't mind that.
Just out of nowhere, like, you know. Sophia Ann, did you call your mother yesterday? Just out of
Well,
nowhere.
okay, Anne is my middle name though.
Oh, I forgot. I'm not good with the middle name thing. We don't do that on my planet. Or we could just mention each other's families. I don't know. I'm trying to think of something that like wouldn't come up in conversation with bad guys.
Like, I could really go for a banana right now.
I'm really kind of coming back around too. I could really go for a banana
Yeah,
right
I
now.
do think Nancy has the.
Because
the
actually,
winner
that
here.
does kind of sound like something I might say.
Yeah, me too.
I mean, it makes sense. If you're feeling hungry, grab a banana. Sometimes you
Okay.
just need a banana.
I'll try to get through the whole phrase without hitting someone.
Yeah. Or if you hit someone, we'll deal with that.
If you hit somebody on banana, I feel like even better.
Like, punctuate it.
Yeah.
But if there's an actual banana for us to eat, because I mean, they have to feed us, right?
I don't know.
I mean, they
Probably.
don't. It's not a field trip.
That's
Is there a sack lunch?
Sorry, that sounded way meaner than I meant for it to. Sorry, Tanya.
I mean, if they, I just feel like banana is something they're gonna give.
They're gonna have like a fruit basket sitting out.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like,
Like an
welcome to the
edible
band of bad
arrangement.
guys.
That's why it specifically has to be. I could really go for a banana. Not
There's
like
not
I'll
like a
take
reception
banana.
area where there's just like tons of fruit and snacks.
They might be fancy, didn't we? Like
There
see
might be, I
fancy-
guess. I don't know.
I'm
Anyways.
crying. All right. So yeah, it'll something about I could really go for a banana right now. We'll try to make that the catchphrase if we don't come up with anything better. I think
There you
even if
go.
we do try to come up with something better, that's just gonna be what comes out of somebody's mouth.
Yeah. Just sleep
Or
on it.
something having, or I'm literally gonna be like something having to do with the banana in a panic.
That'll work
And-
too.
and then stare at me, and that's when you guys will know that we need to go.
No, we've mentioned him enough that I want to eat a banana.
Yeah, sounds good.
I think I don't have any bananas, but I think the corner store probably has some this late. All right, so we're going to meet up at the supermarket. The supermarket will have bananas. We can
Oh,
grab
you're
one before we
right.
go.
Then they won't think anything weird if we're all buying bananas.
I'll put some bananas in my backpack.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
but
bananas.
if we're meeting them in an aisle and assuming we're gonna get kidnapped from there, do we pay for the bananas ahead of time and then go back in the store? Are we stealing bananas? Are we becoming actual criminals?
I'll drop
Bananas
some
are
money.
so cheap. Will they even
Yeah.
notice?
I'll
We'll
drop some
just-
money on the floor.
Yeah, we'll put money by the bananas.
Yeah. Banana money.
Put money in the
And leave a
banana
note.
stand.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
always money in the banana stand.
Well,
Alright.
they'll know.
So we're gonna get probably kidnapped by the band of bad guys to hear them out. Hopefully we're back by school Monday morning, because if not, then everybody's gonna panic. And then we have to figure out a way to get to Spark City.
But we're gonna put trackers in our suits tomorrow.
Yes.
Or some sort of like community, that way.
I can
Go-
also try putting magical runes on us.
Yeah. Something that can alert Jackie if something goes wrong. Can you do that?
Maybe. I mean, it would have been better if I'd been able to, meet
Prep
up
that
with
ahead
her.
of time.
Yeah.
I got
Or
it.
she can just what?
I'll just schedule a text for tomorrow at a certain time, and if I don't delete it before it sends, then somebody knows we're in trouble.
Okay. That's smart. Maybe we don't need to worry about trackers yet, since we're all gonna be together.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, it
I
might
mean-
still be a good idea given that when I got taken by them, they put me in a weird, fake, like, looping space where I don't think physics mattered.
Hmm.
So,
Well, I can just go buy some air tags as soon as the Apple store opens in the morning, and then I'll just put one on everybody. That's so small. Just put them in our shoes.
Yeah, that's a good
Then
idea.
we'll have a GPS little like location tag.
We'll get
And I'll
Jackie
pair
to
them to
pair-
Jackie's or Carter's or somebody's phone.
Yeah. We can do both.
Okay, we've got a plan, kind of. For
or
us.
something.
For
Yeah.
us, this is more of a plan that I think we've ever come up with. I'm proud of us, guys.
Agreed. Me too.
okay.
Well,
Okay, well, we'll try to get some sleep and wake up early tomorrow and start our prep.
Yep, Golden Girls isn't gonna watch itself, so I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Night, y'all.
Night.
All right. You guys all go to your separate rooms. Plan in motion. You have
Billy does fire off a quick text to Sophia of, oh, thank God they were distracted enough they didn't actually ask about the date.
Right? Nailed it. Excellent work.
sure did. But
As that happens, Sophia gets a text. Don't think that we're not going to talk about this date at some point.
She texts
love
back.
you, good
Sorry,
night."
sorry, new phone. Who is this?
She just sends back a gif of Tyra Banks.
Is this a bot?
I'll show you a bot. Goes to sleep.
Does text back. I don't think I know what that means.
Neither do I. Go to sleep.
Listen, we only made out once. You can't be sending me things like that.
Don't make me come over there.
Types like 10 different messages, deletes them all.
A minute later, you get ... That's what I thought. Send.
all right. That is where we're going to end the stream for this evening. This wonderful game that you guys all let me play with you. But yeah, thanks you guys for playing with us. We have our Stars and Wishes and end of session things for this game. So let's get into it. You have end of session, whether you grew closer to the team, grew further away, or grew into more of an image of yourself. And your stars and wishes. Who would like to go best?
I'm ready.
Do it.
Jupiter grew closer to the team, Nancy in particular, for the stalking of the date shenanigans and getting away with it. We fought a bad guy, stopped it from ruining our friend's date, and didn't get caught for stalking our friends, and kind of had like a little low-key double date in the night. It was fun. I believe you have influence over me, so you may shift my labels. And for my star, I'm having a hard time between Alex and Savvy tonight. I'm gonna have to give it to Alex. That date was so awkward, but like I'm proud of you guys for turning it around. And proud of Billy for putting he put his foot in his mouth. But I feel like opening up about his little his perfect world and wanted to include Sophia in it was just really cute, and maybe this couple can be a couple, and it was fun. And then my wish is we finally figure out what's going on. That's all I've got.
All right. Who's next?
I'll go next. I think Nancy grew close to team, in particular Jupiter. Same reason. As far as so yeah, you can shift my labels. I shifted yours and I already forgot what I did. As far as me getting closer to my goal of defeating Ed McMahon, I feel like maybe I don't know. You kind of tell me, LB, because I'm saying yes to this thing and a large part of that. Okay. And then, so I'll deal with that. And then my stars and wishes. I'm giving my star to Alex's Billy for one reason in particular. It's especially because of when he was talking about all of our makeup. Like the amount of detail that you remember about all of our characters and stuff is insane to me. So you definitely get my star tonight. And wishes, God, I don't really know what my wish is going to be. I really want to see how this is going to play out. And my wish is to figure out my new little move that you'll find out next week, and it's going to be real dumb. And that's it.
Dumb, but very cool. All right, who's next?
I will go. I'm trying to think because it feels like it should be grow away from the team, but also Billy is still absolutely influenced by Sophia, so the mechanical part of that doesn't make sense. So instead, I think it's going to be growing into your own image of yourself, and Billy feels like he has messed up, so Mundane is going down to a -2, and Freak is up to 3. So stat-wise, that's kind of where he actually wants to be, but we'll see how that goes, because those are extremes now, and so if Freak goes up or Mundane goes down, he automatically takes a condition at this point. Gosh. I mean, I think my star has to go to Savvy for just going for my throat and not showing any mercy.
I only did it because he called himself pedantic before.
Yeah. And then wish. I kind of want us to end up completely over our heads and have to have like a hodgepodge cavalry come save us. That would be an interesting way to see things resolve.
All right, I like it. Last but not least.
That's me. I'm gonna say Sophia also grew into her own image of herself. But I think Billy facilitated a lot of that. Which was really interesting and good. And I like where they left it. and I think it turned out really sweet, even though Sophia's kind of an asshole. But yeah, I think Billy facilitated a lot of that, and I think she's sort of grappling with a lot of stuff right now, and her friends are making that possible for her, which is great. I don't know what I'm gonna do with my labels. I hadn't thought that far. But I'll figure that out. My star is gonna go to Alex because he just keeps week after week letting me bully him. But no, because Alex is a great scene partner, and I really enjoyed Billy's every reaction to everything that happens around him. He really is kind of an anime protagonist, just living in a world that's revolving around him a little bit too fast. And I love that about him. And I think you play him really well. And then my wish is to punch a villain. To fight. I want to have a fight. I know we've had a fight. But I want to have another fight.
Just want to punch.
All right. And my star for the evening is gonna go to both Rachel and Tanya. Of course, I absolutely loved the date stuff, but handling I just love the fact that you're like, oh, we've balked by like 4 times already, like that sort of nonsense. And letting me do my my distraction, my comedy of errors outside while they're having this awkward date inside, making that scene happen. So thank you very much for everybody, but definitely for Rachel and Nancy, Tanya, to play along with that so well, and inviting other people and all that sort of stuff. So good job. I appreciate it. My wish, I'm just excited for the next scene or for what's gonna happen, because I had it written like 2 months ago and then you guys didn't do it. So I was like, all right, well, let's do it now. No, it's okay. It just means I don't have to prep for next time. So I think next week we're probably just gonna play games, because I'm gonna be flying back that day. So I probably won't have enough time to prep for a full game, but we could get together and I mean, we might watch a movie off screen, or we might play some Dead by Daylight or Left 4 Dead, something fun like that. So stay tuned for that. The next time let's go around and have everybody tell people where you could find them, what you do, starting of course with Savannah.
That's me. I'm Savvy. I'm at Savvy Seaworth on Twitter. You can find me here on Sunday nights and Thursdays through Mondays over on twitch.tv/game nights, playing games with most of the folks here now. Which is very, very exciting for me personally, because it means I get to spend more time with my friends. But yeah, you can catch me over there, and I tweet and retweet whenever we go live. So yeah, I'm on Twitter. That's about it.
All right. Next up is Rachel.
Hey, that's me. I'm Rachel Elizabeth. You can find me here on Twitch at Rachel Elizabeth, and you can find me here on Sundays on this channel playing with my lovely friends who apparently let me stalk them on dates. And am Tree. So tonight we figured out that I could turn into a giant coin monster and a tree within 5 minutes of each other. So that's fun. And I will be, I don't know. You can find me on the internet at Rachel is a mess with a Z in the middle instead of an S. I'm really bad at social media, but like I'm there. Send me a message or something. I don't know. Hey. Okay, good night.
Next up is Tanya.
Oh, hey, you can find me at Tanya Rolling on Instagram, Facebook. That's weird. Twitter, all the places. Twitter I use just to follow shift code so I can play Tiny Tina's Wonderland anymore. And also on Instagram, the Abominable Pugs. You can see weird Ted and Tina pictures. And that's all I got. Good night.
And of course, last but not least, Alex.
Hello, I'm Alex. Some guy on the internets, mostly over on GGK, Tuesdays, Thursdays, sometimes Saturdays, and now Sundays. And then yeah, here in this time slot. So you already know that if you're watching this. If you're watching this and you somehow don't know that, I guess maybe you're watching the VOD, in which case, yay, thanks. That sounded sarcastic. Yay, thank you for watching us on YouTube. That's very cool of you.
And if you are watching this on the YouTube, drop a like, comment, let us know who's your favorite character and why it's Nancy.
How many
and-
times you had to pause and go scream into a pillow to
Yeah,
deal with the
right.
awkwardness of all the Billy and Sophia nonsense?
Everybody having high school flashbacks.
But I'm LB Hackemup. You can find me at LB Hackemup on the Twitters and the Twitches. This channel is going to be live next on Tuesday. Sorry, I just immediately forgot what day of the week it was. Where I'm going to be playing some Dead by Daylight. I'm really enjoying the new chapter they put out. And I've been learning a lot in my free time about looping and what the best thing to do is. So maybe I'll put those skills to the test. And as always, I'm usually joined in the afternoon or at the second half of the show by a friend or two, probably Mecca, maybe Rachel. Maybe Meepers, maybe Savannah. Who knows? Who knows? It's gonna be a whole thing. But beyond that, Lauren might be streaming on Wednesday. They'll be streaming on Thursday. Lauren might be streaming on Friday, but I will not be there because I will be late traveling. But if you want to check our full schedule, just look out on Twitter. But until next time, I'm LB Hackemup. Hack recklessly. Bye.